I deal with my opponents a little bit like I handle my love life. I make sure I leave a lasting impression. I don't care what kind of shape you're in, I'm gonna knock your teeth back out the other side of your head. You understand that? To love it because it's the best thing going today. Let's go, Buffalo.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Next to me is my man Jarek, filling in for Mr. Mikey. And Jarek, what a total shit show that was today from our Buffalo Bills. It was bad. That was about as bad as you get. I mean, I don't know, Jarek. That. What do you think happened here? Was that the jet lag? Was that just not being prepared because we didn't really have practice, or was that just total, just everybody not doing their job today? There was one guy today. I gotta say, one guy, AJ Epinesa.
He killed it.
He's the only guy that shined today. Out of all the guys that was going to shine today, I didn't think it would be AJ Epinesa, but he did. So, what's your thoughts, real quick? Instant reaction. Go for it.
Well, I will say this, man. I think these backups played as good as they possibly could play. I mean, they're backups for a reason. They're depth pieces, but when you hold this Jacksonville Jaguars for the majority of the second half to 11 points and your offense can't capitalize on opportunities, then you deserve to absolutely lose this game. We didn't play great defensively, but they did as best as they possibly could to get you this win. And offensively, we played like absolute crap. Everyone that kept saying that Ken Dorsey has figured it out and this offense looks absolutely terrific under Josh Allen and company. I try to tell you guys on my channel, at least on my channel and other social media outlets, you need to pump the brakes. We're playing against the Raiders and the Commanders and the crappy Dolphins defense. Let's see what happens when we actually go against a real defense with solid personnel that can get after the quarterback. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And Dorsey struggled today. This was a terrible play calling game by Dorsey. James Cook looked slow. He looked sluggish. You did not give the ball to any of the hot hands like Murray and Damian Harris. I think both those guys had 3 carries. We ran away at what made us so successful. We look like last year's Buffalo team where we just kept relying on Josh Allen to make Superman plays. And I'm telling you, keep this up. Keep doing what you need to do. And watch Josh Allen revert to who he was last year, which was Superman, and always trying to force plays and make plays happen because nobody else can. Dorsey, once again, is putting Josh Allen in horrific situations. And, you know, it's just, this is just who we are. This is who we've been. And we, for the most part, we're continuing to prove Nick, and I can't believe I'm even saying this name, we're continuing to prove Nick right in a way by continuing to have up and down performances and not being consistent.
Yep. Did you see the Joey coming in? Did you see the game? The offense didn't show up for the whole first quarter till 30 seconds left. And is that they dicked around for another quarter and a half? Yeah. Listen, Scottville suck. Yeah, today they did. By the way, real quick though, it's a long season. I get we have a troll here, Jermaine. I know you're loving it. Not sure what team you like, but we've been in second place many seasons and winded up being in first. It's a long season, though we're not happy today with the loss. But man, yeah, it was bad today. Wes Jones, delusional fan base. You need cheap calls and referee. So Wes, bro, delusional. You can't be delusional when you won 3 AFC East championships in a row. So stop with that. We're not here giving excuses. I mean, Jared just told you how bad the Bills play today. So come on, man. And I know there's going to be, by the way, there's going to be trolls in here. But listen, I'm humble. In victory or defeat, I'm always humble. And you guys need to learn to be humble. Some of y'all, if you're in here, just to, you know, if you're a Jags fan, that's cool, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong with celebrating your win, but be humble about it because things sometimes can turn back on you. I said that to Minnesota fans last year, and that's what happened. But hey, I'm going to take nothing away from that Jacksonville Jaguar team, man. They brung it. Their defense brung it all day long. Their offense made big plays when they needed. And man, they gashed us on the outside today on the run. Absolutely gashed us on the outside of the run. But let's get to Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey today, man. And you know I've been a supporter of Ken Dorsey, but this season I'm having a tough time. I am, man. Some games he's been okay. Some he's been terrible. Today was terrible. I thought the game planning was awful. No in-game adjustments. Did not help out this offense at all. Shotgun draws over and over and over and over and over. Terrible. James Cook cannot get going today. That's 2 weeks in a row. James Cook looked bad. Bad blocking. Did not protect Josh Allen well. He's not a very good pass blocker at all, James Cook. We didn't get Murray involved at all. And it was just sloppy. The defense, I thought, held their own for a little bit, and then the injuries started piling up. Matt Milano, guys, more than likely out for the season. I mean, you put an air cast on going out on a cart. Tells you everything you need to know. That hurts. That really, really hurts us. And then Daquan Jones going out early. Who knows what happened with Daquan? There's no word on him.
They said he tore his pec or something. He might be out for the season.
Not good. Not good. Guys, we've lost. Listen, this game is not only an L, and it is what it is, guys. A long season. But we lost players today, and I think that's my biggest concern after this game. It's not really even so much the loss. It's the players we lost, guys. We almost lost Tehran. I thought Tehran injury looked bad too, and he wound up coming back, thank God. But man, Kyer looked bad today. I gotta say, did not look good out there either. Dane Jackson didn't look good either. Cushiony ass soft zone defense by once again by McDermott, blitzing on which wasn't working. He did it over and over, and they were gashing us on the blitz. Just bad performance altogether by this team. Very few players stepped up today. Like I said, AJ Epinesa was a bright spot. Stephon Diggs did his thing, I thought. Gabe Davis, he did okay. He had the drop, though, not good. He had drops as well. Dawson Knox, nowhere to be found. Kincaid still not being used right. Hardy, they finally used him right at the very end, which okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't understand. You bring in all these weapons. Sherfield, once again, another player not being used. You bring in all these weapons for Josh, and you're not using them correctly. And that's on Dorsey, Jarek. What do you think about the weapons we brought in, and then Dorsey not executing with, not using them?
Oh, it's proven why he needs to go. A lot of people were on me when I said that, or I was being premature for saying that we need to give Dorsey an opportunity. Last year was all I needed to see. That's just who he is. That's his nature. And I think that's just for the most part that stubbornness in him. You have a first round. You drafted a first round tight end to play that Cole Beasley type of role, which can play out wide in the slot, can play out wide in the slot, or as an end the line tight end. And the fact that Sam Laporta, who was drafted in the second round, is being utilized way more at the tight end spot in Detroit compared to our tight end. Now, listen, I understand we run 12 personnel. We have Dawson Knox. Well, Detroit runs 12 and 13 personnel too, with some solid tight ends. And yet Sam Laporta with Amon-Ra St. Brown gets the majority of the targets. Why isn't Dalton Kincaid getting at least 5 or 6 targets, like at least 6 or 7 targets per game? At least. It's mind-boggling to me that for some reason we're not trying to include him in the offense. What happened to, again, maybe it's training camp, but training camp and preseason, we're utilizing him in so many different packages, and now the regular season starts. He's only in for about a few limited packages. Like, I don't know what Dorsey is trying to do with this offense. I don't know if he's trying to experiment to see what's working or what's not working. But at this point, I've seen all I needed to see, guys. He is not a coach that is going to utilize this personnel. And listen, last week he had a fine game play calling wise, but let me tell you something. He had a fine game play calling wise, but for the most part, they just went simplistic. You know what the difference was the last 2 weeks that we were so successful? We utilized our running backs. We just ran the football, tired out their defense, and we capitalized by playing a lot of play action and by taking advantage of the back.
And by the way, the play action worked today when we used it.
We didn't use it exactly. We just in shotgun 5 wide for the majority of the game. Like, why? Like, what are you doing? Halfback draws. We barely ran stretch zone. We barely ran inside zone plays. It was just halfback draws or toss or running back toss back crack. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing as an offense? But no, he's not innovative. He's not creative enough. He does not know how to utilize his personnel to the best of ability. At this point, I've seen all I needed to see from Dorsey. We need to move on from him after this year is over.
I agree.
And try to go to somebody that's more creative.
You can't do it now, obviously, but I agree.
No, you wait till this season.
I agree. Let's get to some of these questions because I'm sorry. I've been missing a lot. So we'll start with Dallas, and I'm going to get to all your questions because they're coming in hot. So Dallas, why are we flying out on Friday when the game's on Sunday? By the way, so much for our sports science team that McDermott said that he entrusted, trusted them so much, and they know what's best. We looked tired. That team looked like they didn't practice. By the way, they didn't practice. They had a walkthrough when they got to London. There was no padded practice. It was simply a walkthrough. And I think there was a light practice before we left this week. Clearly not prepared. And I'm not using an excuse, but I'm just saying we looked spent. We looked jet lagged. This offense looks sloppy. The defense looks sloppy. And you know what's funny, guys? When the game started and we called a timeout right away on that punt by Jacksonville is when I knew things weren't going good. And mind you, that's right in the beginning of the game. And McDermott's over there talking to special teams coach, like, what's happened? Like, you could see there was just, like, something was wrong right away. And by the way, penalties galore today. And we've been good all year. Penalties galore. So it kind of told you this team was not right today. And once again, is that jet lag? Is that just a bit of everything? I think it's a bit of everything. And that's not an excuse. That's just reality. But let me get to your questions because I apologize. I'm missing a lot. So let me get to some of them. Let me scroll up here, guys, because I apologize, man. I know you guys are going to get on me for not getting to your questions. So let me get to some of them. Man, there's a lot. Okay. So Darnell coming in, Matt Milano's and Daquan Jones both injured sucks for the Buffalo Bills. This happens every year to the Bills. But Elam and Jackson got torched by Ridley. It just never ends. This McDermott-led team. Listen, injuries that's not on McDermott, but we just have bad luck with injuries. And I don't know if it's a turf thing. I don't know. And by the way, Vaughn went out. I don't know if that was an injury or just them being paid, saying, yo, we're not taking any more risk in this game. I think it was more they're not taking any more risk in this game because of the injuries. I don't know, Jarek. I mean, what are we going to do here? Because Bean does not trade for players. And for as much as I've seen in the chat, somebody mentioned it, Surtain, I would love it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You're getting it. Yeah, if you're going to trade him, they're going to ask for a first round pick to get past Surtain. Yeah, he's going to demand that first round pick for him.
Right, and then you're going to have to figure out how to pay him. You can't just get him on a
he's still in his rookie. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think. He's still in his rookie deal.
Yeah.
This is his. Let's see.
I think it's his last year.
His third year. This is third year.
Yeah. So he's one more. We're okay. Sarah says we're all emotional right now, but we'll recover and roll again. Look, yeah, that's not a problem. I believe in this team. I believe when we get back, we'll be all right. But I said it a few weeks back when we won against the Commanders. I wasn't happy even though we won, and y'all were saying, "Oh, I'm being a Debbie Downer," me and Mikey. But look where we're at today. It's the reason why we are so upset because of Ken Dorsey's bad play calling, one, and just the soft zone defense that McDermott keeps throwing out there, and just little things like that. When we go against better teams, is going to hurt us. And today it showed. Man, I don't know, man.
I'll be the Debbie Downer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go. So
for me,
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, no, so for me personally, the end goal is to win the Super Bowl. That the end goal, well, for us is to even go to a Super Bowl because I've never seen them go to a Super Bowl before. I'm 25, so I've never, unfortunately, had the reality of seeing them make it to a Super Bowl. But that's the goal for a lot of us fans. There has not been one Super Bowl team that has made a Super Bowl with the amount of injuries that we've suffered. There's just not. It's never happened before. Now, who knows? Maybe the Bills can be the first team to do it. But if you take a look at all the teams that went to the Super Bowls, the worst one just might be the Chiefs. But even the Kansas City Chiefs didn't suffer that many injuries, at least for the regular season going into the Super Bowl. If they suffered injuries, it was during the playoffs, right? And then Patrick Mahomes was able to will them. It's never been done before this early going, because like I said, we have a lot of football left, but you can make an argument that's bad for us. I wish the season was over right now when the playoffs were to start today. You lose so many key players in 5 weeks. And a lot of these guys are going to be out for a majority of time, including the end of the season. It's never been done before that a team that suffered this many injuries can make it to a Super Bowl. It's never been done, never been accomplished. Maybe one of you guys can research it and prove me wrong, but until then, it's never been done before. So when I saw these injuries keep happening, it honestly, it felt more deflating than the actual loss we suffered, because I can take a loss, right? There is going to be, I knew at some point the Bills were going to have not the best performance, because I'm not the best believer in Ken Dorsey. I'm not the best believer. I'm not the best believer in sometimes of our personnel. I think honestly this was a trap game, because when you don't leave, because you know what the Jacksonville Jaguars did? They left, I think, on either on Tuesday or they left on Wednesday, because they're prepared. They play in London every single year. They played in London last week.
Yeah.
They would know better how to adapt and how to acclimate. Because I'm telling you, if for anyone that's ever gone overseas, right? I've been to London before. So when you go overseas, it's an 8-hour flight just to get to London. Then when you're there, it's a 5-hour time difference, right? It's a 5 or 6 hour time difference. So you have to. So I'm telling you, right now it's like it was 2:30 compared to us to 9:30. Your body, it reacts differently. It reacts.
100%.
It does. Especially
100%.
when you're running around and stuff like that. Your body does not. It takes a while for your body to adapt, especially if you're playing a physical sport. So
yeah, I agree. I think the NFL screwed us in that sense. They didn't help us at all. I think that was a very unfair advantage this game for the Jaguars.
Well, I hate London games, man.
I don't listen. It's not even a fact that if both teams are traveling in London at the same time, fine. Both teams are at a disadvantage, as far as their sleep and all that stuff. I get that. But the fact that he was there, that the Jaguars were there already, they already adjusted to everything. They got the practices in. It really that I feel like that's an unfair advantage for the Buffalo Bills in that situation. That's not right. I don't understand it, like why the NFL would have that there, and we lost the home game. It's really, really nonsense. I hope they never do that again. I don't ever want to go overseas again, but it's going to happen again. It's just the way it works. But I don't think the NFL should ever do this where they keep a team there and have them play another team, because I'm telling you guys, this could have went it doesn't matter. Any other team would have had a disadvantage like us going to that game. But once again, I can't give that all excuse. Like Dorsey could have did in-game adjustments. He didn't run the ball effectively. He didn't get Murray going early, which I keep saying, why not get him going early? He didn't get Josh Allen under center like he did last week. Just not getting guys involved early. I thought our offensive line played okay today. I didn't think it was terrible, but we were just out of sync, Jarek. Everything was out of sync today. But I got to say, it starts with the run as well, though. And once we could not get the run established and they went away from it and started doing these shotgun draws constantly over and over that were, by the way, you might as well just throw the ball away. It's a negative play most of the time. I just don't get the shotgun draw. By the way, the wide receiver screens too, I can't stand them. They're not working. And they do them over and 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 over. It's a waste of a play. Does not work, at least for our team. I don't know. Now defensively, guys, yeah, I kind of see why Kyer has not been active. I got to be real. Now, listen, I'll give him a little bit benefit of doubt because there is some rust involved. And, of course, obviously the whole team flying from Buffalo to London too, a little tired, whatever. But we're going to see Kyer again next week, I think.
You got no
We'll
choice.
see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I see, guys, I see why he's been inactive. What do you think about Kyer, man? What's going on with him? Do you think he's just not a good corner or just not get fit for the system?
He just doesn't fit the scheme. I think it's both. I think he just doesn't fit the scheme, and I think overall his development is just not progressing because a lot of this, he is a press corner. Let's just be frank. He is a press man corner. You can't keep making him like that. The biggest thing about Brandon Beane, this is the one thing I like. This is the one thing I like about Brandon Beane is that he can find a lot of the late of the late drafts. He can find a lot of those gem players that can go ahead and fit the scheme and can acclimate well. But when you take a look at some of the other players that he gets, like a Zach Moss or a Kiara Elam, right, or a Boogie Basham, just players that they don't fit the scheme. These are players these are different style players to what sort of scheme we're trying to run, and we're trying to force them to learn because of the athletic ability and the traits that they have. Kiara Elam was an athletic corner, big corner, physical corner, but never played any in a zone scheme in his entire life. And I'm not literally from high school, from Pop Warner all the way to college. All he's been playing is a man and is in a man scheme. He's never played in a zone scheme. So when you take that player that's never done it in his career and you make that transition to the Buffalo Bills in the National Football League and pretty much in one of the most complex defenses where it requires so much communication in the National Football League, yeah, it's going to take a while for him to get it. But now all of a sudden, now he's getting burnt because they actually tried to play a little bit more man on for him because they tried it with Calvin Ridley. He's burning him. They tried to play a little bit more zone and try to get us some cushion so we can work with. His technique is off. He's not flipping his hips. He's not watching out for the ball. His footwork's off. So right. He's not getting the basics and he's not getting the scheme. So I don't know if that's so bad. Maybe that is rust. But at the same time, I do know this. He's not fitting the scheme as a player, and he hasn't really done that since last year. Do I think he could potentially get better? Who knows? I think, the more he plays, and I think the more experience, the more film he gets, maybe that can benefit his game. Because it's not like we haven't seen him make plays. He made plays last year. He had like 2 interceptions last year by making some plays. So we all know he has that capability of doing it. But it's the fact that you got the wrong player in the first place. In a scheme that doesn't even fit his style. That's what pisses me off the most. And now you're paying for it because now your first round corner. And by the way, you could have took Creed Humphrey, by the way, or you could have took some other linemen to protect Josh Allen. That's just throwing that out there. But now that he's here, you got to pay for it. Now you got to see what he really works with. The same thing with Dorian Williams. I'm pissed off they took him out the game. I understand he had his mishaps, but that's your 3rd round draft pick. Let's see what he's working with. Let's see what he's working with.
Cali Blitz coming in with a super chat, $50, man. Damn, I appreciate it. That's my buddy Jack. Got to take this one on the chin, come back to the States and regroup. I'm not pissed we lost. We left on a Friday to travel across the world. The jet lag, the jet lag is no joke. I agree, and I don't know what is going on with my with the coloring here. But whatever. I got to change that back. It's terrible. Sarah Christine, we've missed both of our starting corners, though. I think we're playing pretty good, but every time they got to stop, they got penalized and gave them a free set of downs. Yeah, the penalties, I'm telling you guys, the penalties today, they were atrocious, man. They came at the worst times today. It was bad. What do you think about the penalties today? You think that was just lack of preparation, a little jet lag, or do you just think that was just a bad day for us, or do you think the refs kind of had a little part in it today?
Yeah, there were at least 4 penalties where I called absolute BS. The unnecessary roughness call to Jordan Poyer on Calvin Ridley, I thought was absolutely ridiculous. That was really bad.
Bad call, and that was a key moment. That was a bad.
Yeah,
call.
There were a couple penalties that I thought were BS, but for the most part though, you can't the holding calls, just a lot of the uncharacteristic things that we did. Now that's something that you just can't afford to have. So I do think it's a bit of both. The officiating was not on our side, that's for damn sure. And I know, and Jaguar fans are complaining that, oh my, and again, I do think that was a BS call. As far as Josh Allen sacking Josh Allen, I do think that was
a bad call too. Yeah, I agree. That was, and I agree with Spin too. Bad calls happen on both teams. And matter of fact, we talked about this Saturday that it is what it is, man. Like sometimes
it happens, man.
You can't really change that. It is what it is. But I thought the penalties really, we had a lot today, and a lot I think were on us. It wasn't all the refs. I thought the refs made some bad calls both ways. But yeah, man, just and by the way, the punt return or the kick return at the very last end of the play by Hardy, muffing it. I mean, like little shit like that today, guys. Not that we would have done anything with it, but once again, it's like you're not helping the team by why wouldn't you
just let it go out?
Why would you let it go out in the backfield? Right. And then I don't understand it, man. Like I'm sorry, the punt. Why would you not let it go into the backfield and get the ball at 25? Like, I just don't understand it, man. Things like that today, I'm telling you, man, today was not a good day for the Buffalo Bills and the coaching staff. It was bad. I thought McDermott's defensive philosophy was bad today. Play calling was bad. Calling that timeout early on in the game where they didn't, what was that about? Like, I didn't understand that. Just overall bad, man. Ken Dorsey, though, he's the one. I think he's the biggest disappointment of today. That offense scoring 7 points in the first half, 0 in the third quarter. We get the ball to start the second half, and we do nothing with it. 0. I get the Jags have a decent defense, but they're not lights out defense, Jarek. We should have scored more than what we did today. That was pathetic. 7 points in the first half. This takes me back to 2021. Now, yeah, we put up more points this year, but just the same thing. Pathetic. No in-game adjustments. Just going with it.
Yep, I know. No, I agree. Because like one game we'll score 40 points, and the next game we'll score 18 points or 20 points. The next game we'll score 35 points, and the next game was like, it's just inconsistency. It's just inconsistency for the most part from a philosophy standpoint. Like we don't know what we're trying to do. We're still trying to figure out what type of offense we're trying to run. And it seems like Ken Dorsey's trying to experiment what works for Josh Allen, what works for the run game. He's still trying to figure out how can I utilize my personnel the best. Agree. It's like we're in week 5, and like you don't know how to do this by now. It's confusing.
All season, right? You had all year. Listen, I gave him the benefit of the doubt last year, Jarek, because a few reasons. One, Josh Allen wanted him as OC, and I was all for it. You know what I mean? Like, you go with what your franchise quarterback says. And I really felt like Ken Dorsey was a big reason why Josh Allen, started to play better as a quarterback, in Buffalo. He really was, like, as a quarterback coach, and Cam Newton's had high praise for Ken Dorsey. So I was all in. On Ken Dorsey. Everybody says how smart he is. And I know he's a hard worker like that. We can't take that away from Ken Dorsey. And I thought his first year was okay. I didn't think it was as bad as many people think it was. And I said, you know what? It could have been personnel a little bit. Like, you also have to have the personnel to do what you want, right? And I said, okay, this offseason, look what they did. They upgraded the offensive line. They got some weapons in for Josh Allen, right? They got some speed. They got some size at receiver now. They went out and drafted Dalton Kincaid, right? And we were like, okay. Now Ken Dorsey has the personnel. He has an offensive line, and he has decent running backs to work with, right? Like, now I'm thinking Ken Dorsey's going to get a little more creative, open up the playbook some more, and I haven't seen it. I haven't. The only thing I'll say so far this season I like is that he is running the ball a little bit more than what Dable did while Dable was here. But he's still sticking with the script of the shotgun draws, which Dable did as well. And it's almost like I feel like Dorsey is just mirroring what Dable did while he was here as far as his playbook, and he's not adding anything to it. He's dumbing. Matter of fact, I feel like he's dumbing it down. If anything, I feel like the creativity, at least Dable brought in some creativity. I think Dorsey's he wants to, like, play this very basic fundamental football, you know, it's not working. Like, you have the talent to do so
We're the
much
jet
more.
sweeps.
Right. I just, what I'm saying, like, there's nothing creative. It's almost like I'm watching almost a preseason game. It really is at times. And it's not, you have the weapons, and he's like, Hardy is a great example. Why is he not in sweeps? Why is he not in jet sweeps? Why is we not using his speed more? I don't get it. Trent Sherfield, why are we not using him more? He has speed, he has height, nothing. Right? You drafted Dalton Kincaid. Why is he not being involved in more in the offense? I don't get it. Like, I don't. I'm so confused right now on what Ken Dorsey's calling out there. And then another thing, which Dable did too, drove me nuts, is when we all see a good thing happening, and everybody goes, "Man, Josh Allen under center with those play actions. You know, look at his percentage." Blah, blah, blah. He goes away from it. He chooses not to do it. Like, it's like everyone sees you should be doing it. Everyone says it. Everyone knows it. Like, man, that really works. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And everyone says, man, that shotgun draw is terrible. And we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. We're all here saying the same thing. Shotgun draws, they don't work. Yeah, we'll just keep on doing it because it's going to work, I think. Like, I don't understand the philosophy. I don't know. Tell me, what's going on? What's going on with Dorsey? You think he's just this is as good as it's going to get?
He's just not. He's stubborn. He's just a stubborn coach, man. There's just some coaches that they just want to add their wrinkles to the offense. They want to add their sort of success. They don't want to run. It's just basic, uncreative. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if he's still trying to figure out the offense. I don't know if it's maybe the start. I do think a little stubbornness is included into this, but this is just, it's maddening. It's freaking insane, man.
Spin coming in saying the same thing, right? So 2nd and 1. Thank you, because I'm forgetting some of these plays.
Exactly.
2nd and 1, we do a fucking toss play. I think it was a toss or screen to Cook.
Yeah, we lose 10 yards on the play instead of just running a dive.
When you got David, right? Harris
or you could just
Murray.
You can use that Eagles push. Use the Eagles push. I mean, you got a 250-pound quarterback. Use that Eagles push. Right. Everyone else in the league is doing it but us.
Paulie, you're totally wrong there. Josh Allen actually played a decent game. Like, you're totally wrong there. And every quarterback has bad games. Listen, Josh Allen actually played okay. Like, that, I don't think he played a bad game, so you can't really say that.
There were throws he missed, though.
Yeah, some he did, but once again, I don't think he folded. This wasn't on him so much.
No, it wasn't. I'm not gonna.
I can't. Big games. Yeah, I don't think he folds under. Like, that's a stupid comment. I'm sorry. I appreciate you being here, but that's a dumb comment. Like, if you've watched, I don't know what team you like, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, but Josh Allen has come up in big moments as well. And every quarterback will have bad games, bro. That's just the way it is. It's the NFL. You're going to have a bad game. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes has played teams that he should have won or look good. I mean, look at last week. He played the Jets. I mean, yeah, the Jets have a good defense, but they look bad. The Chiefs look bad. They almost lost that game. They maybe should have lost that game. So every team will run into a game here and there where they don't perform well. Today just wasn't our day. But there is concerns, right? Like, listen, if we played good today, Jarek, like across the board, and we just lost, a good game, it is what it is. I come here and be like, hey, there was a lot of good, a lot of bad, but it is what it is. But there was so much bad today. It was just bad. And I can't give excuses about the jet lag thing, because we could have done adjustments and we could have won this game. Yeah, it may not have been pretty, but I think this was still a winnable game, Jared. I do. Jet lag or not, like, we should have beaten this team. And you can't fire Dorsey. I see that comment. You can't right now. You can't do it midseason. I get that McDermott did it his first year. I forget who the OC was, but we fired the OC right away. But this is different, man. You can't do it. Who's out there? So you fire Dorsey now. Who's out there? Who's going to run the offense? You can't. In-house, it'll be the same shit. Like, they're just going to take over the playbook that's already there. It's going to be the same thing. Like, no, you can't. Can you do it after the season? Yeah. And I told you guys, I've been a supporter of him, but I'm good with it. Like if they let Dorsey go, because Dorsey's going to be the fall guy. I'm telling you right now, even though he should be. But this is year 7 under McDermott, guys, and I know you guys keep telling me, oh man, if we let him go, it's going to go back to the 17-year drought thing, and that's not true. That's not always the case, guys. How long do you stick with McDermott, Jarek, as head coach? And listen, the season's not over. Don't think that I'm saying, oh, the season's done and fire McDermott. I'm just saying, this is me personally. You guys can feel how you want. This is my last year trusting McDermott can get the job done. This is year 7. I repeat, year 7 of McDermott and this coaching staff for the most part. And we haven't gotten there to the Super Bowl. It's the same kind of like game moments that we fail in. How long do we keep going on with this head coach and this coaching staff? That's the real question, because we'll be into year 9 and you guys will sit here and tell me I'm crazy. Do you want to go back to the 17 drought? And we haven't accomplished anything. That's the reason why I ask, what do we do if we don't get the job done after this season with McDermott and this coaching staff? I'm worried. I'm concerned. I am. Jarek, what do you think about McDermott? Like, are you good with another year? Or
I give him like 2 more seasons. I give him 2 more, because I think
you'll go with a 9th season.
You may have a choice. Honestly, you may not even have a choice. I think for this season, people are gonna. I think that for the most part, if you're the Pagulas or if you're part of that front office, you're gonna take a look at it and say, well, a lot of our players are hurt out for the season, just bad luck on our part. I think the 8th season, if the 8th season goes and we're healthy and if it's like a similar situation to 2021. How we had it in our grasp and we lost it because of just poor, just overall clock management, and that types of like. I think it's gonna take something that's really gonna piss a lot of people off in order for McDermott to be on the hot seat. If we have another year like 2021,
listen, Jarek, I don't think he's on the hot seat. I'm just saying, me as a fan, guys, remember this. I'm just saying, me personally, I can't keep buying into a coach. I can't get the
it gets tiring.
It gets tiring
because this is the window.
Yeah,
this is the window, and a lot of people say, well, as long as you have an elite quarterback, you're going to be straight. I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that, because at the end of the day, if you don't have the personnel to surround the quarterback, unless you're Tom Brady, that's literally working. Unless you're Tom Brady, who, by the way, for the majority of his career, he's always had a great defense. Always had a great defense.
Right.
We don't know if that's going to be. I mean, again, that's a rare situation to have to be a Tom Brady for 20 years and always have great defenses surrounding you, and for the most part, he's always had to deal with people that's working for Walmart as his receivers. Like, it's rare for that success to happen. So for Josh Allen, typically for a superstar quarterback, that this personnel is going to go away pretty soon. Stephon Diggs is going to be 31 next year. Gabe Davis is probably not going to be back next year. AJ Epinesa, as great as he's playing, we can't afford to see what he's doing. Daquan Jones is out for the season. We don't know how he's going to be. Matt Milano is going to be 30. He's going to come off of a significant leg injury. We don't know how he's going to be. Poyer is going to be 33, or Poyer is going to be 33. Hyde is going to be 34. Like, players are like this regime that we had in 2017, 2018. They're getting older, and it's showing. That's the kind of the crazy part. It's showing. Players are going, again, contracts are starting to get up. We don't have any money for the next 2 years as far as our salary cap situation. Not all the people say, well, McDean can work his magic. There's only so much you can do as far as restructuring contracts goes until it eventually really comes around and bites you right in the ass. So this is why, man, 2021, I will always go back to this until we hopefully get a Super Bowl. That loss against KC is arguably one of the worst losses ever that we've ever suffered in this franchise. I
agree,
because that was it.
I agree,
and you blew it.
You blew it. Mikey and Alberta, Patrick Mahomes is allowed to ball, but Allen has to listen to his daddy and do whatever Dorsey says. That's why we lose. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because Allen has listen. Allen isn't a rookie anymore. He can audible out of plays he doesn't like. He doesn't always have to go with the call. Is Dorsey helping him? No, I don't think Dorsey's helping him at times either. But here's my problem. Somebody mentioned it with, Mahomes has read. And that's another thing I'm concerned about is that, can a defensive coach win now in this league, which is an offensive league? It worries me a little bit because I don't see McDermott seeing the offensive side of things like an offensive coach would, and correct things or talk to the coordinator. Like I think McDermott's kind of he lets Dorsey and staff handle the offensive side of things. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I think he gets a little lost with the offensive side. And we've struggled. We struggled, in key moments. And I think McDermott just gets lost out there as well. And by the way, too, he's not good at challenging plays. We all know this. Timeouts, clock management, he's struggled with as well. He's gotten a little better, but that's a head coach thing. That's him thing. Stupid timeouts that he calls that we don't need to take. Like that's coaching, man. And he can't be making these mistakes year 7. Like that's what's frustrating when it comes to him, man. Like he got out coached today. He did. He got out coached today. Plain and simple. Darnell just wasting Josh Allen's career away. Keep surrounding him with coaching that can't get the job done. So the 13-second playoff is just a reminder of what have our Bills done since. Yeah, that's what Jarek's saying. Like, that's why I keep saying it, guys. Listen, we're 5 weeks into the season. I get it. Like, I'm not saying fire McDermott and we're the terrible team. I still think this team is very good. I still think this team plays good down the stretch, even though we have a tough, final, I think 5-6 games of the season. We play, if history repeats itself, we've played very well down the stretch and usually win the division and go into the playoffs on a hot streak. But it's the playoffs for me. I think that's the most concerning. Like this loss is not, honestly, Jarek, it's not that concerning. It's just
they can go 10-7 as long as they get in.
Yeah,
I don't care. At this point.
Just don't. The playoffs is what I'm concerned with, because big moments, big games, McDermott usually just chokes, and our defense chokes, and really our defense has let us down more than anything in the playoffs. Now McDermott has full reign, right? McDermott, there is no guy to point the finger at anymore. There is no Frazier. So this is it. That's why I'm saying if we get in the playoffs and do the same shit and we're out again and the defense fails us again, we have to talk about McDermott. But we'll talk about that when that time comes. But right now, this was a tough loss, Jarek. We were just in first, and more than likely the Dolphins are going to win today. I mean, I don't know the scoreboard, but, we're right back at second. But once again, long season. What do you want to see going forward, Jarek, for this offense and this team in general?
I just want them.
We have some injuries now. Like, we have injuries now. What do we do going forward? Does Bean need to make a trade? Like, even though he doesn't do them, and I keep saying like he should, but he doesn't. But does Bean need to get on the phone and make some moves? Like, what do we need to do differently going forward to get this team back on track?
Well, we got to take a look at a possibility, because with the injuries that we have. I mean, what are we going to do? Sign players off the practice squad onto the official roster? Like, how is that going to improve our team? How is that still going to make us contenders? So at some point, you need to start looking at trades, and you need to start looking at players that, number one, can add depth to your team, and you need to look at players that can maybe still that won't hurt you down the long run. Like, if you want to go at, like the Broncos said themselves, the GM, they said, listen, we're looking to trade anybody on defense, and that includes Pat Surtain, who was an All-Pro last year. So Pat Surtain actually fits this defensive scheme more than Kiara Elam. So if you want to go out there and get Pat Surtain, if you want to waste maybe a second-round pick, or if you maybe even a first-round pick, they'll try and negotiate. But if you want to waste a second-round pick to get Pat Surtain in this defense, I mean, that's better than nothing. I mean, like I said, you can pick up his 5th-year option, and he can be here for 2 years. So I
think they need to. I'm going to be honest with you. I think, and I know you guys don't want to hear it, because I've been talking about Elam all season long. And I brung it up about trading him, and not because he's a bad player or anything like that. It's just because maybe he doesn't fit the scheme. He's not active during game days, right? And the only reason he was active today is because of injuries. We may not have ever seen Kyer Elam play this season if it wasn't due to injuries. And he got in today. He had an opportunity to prove himself. It didn't look good. We need help. And by the way, what do we do at linebacker now? Do we start Dorian Williams?
Or seems like Dawson's the guy now. I mean, they took him out for Dawson, which is at this point for me. I think it's
so bad, guys. He's so bad, bro.
Yeah,
he's so I would take Dorian. Dorian he didn't look great either today, but Dotson looked bad. Like again,
that 42-yard, that 35-yard touchdown run, which happened, that was on Dotson because Dotson went up the wrong gap.
Out of place.
If that was Matt Milano in the game, Milano makes that tackle.
100%.
Dotson goes up the wrong gap, and it's a clear hole. And all Travis Etienne was jump cut because I think it was our nickel corner. He actually shot the gap, missed the tackle, and pretty much for the most part makes a jump cut in the inside. That's where Dotson's supposed to meet him. Dotson takes the wrong gap, shoots up the A gap instead of going through the C, and then boom, he's gone. Like that's
right.
What are you supposed to do? I don't know, man.
Here's my thinking, man. I Bean has to stop with this, loving his draft pick so much. It's time to make some moves. And he hates doing it, but you got to get some talent in here. And the injuries have piled up, and we don't know we don't know. Like I said, Daquan, somebody's saying torn pec. Like, okay, that's not good. That could be season thing. That could be months thing. I'm not sure. Listen, Matt Milano's, they haven't said yet, but leaving, in a cast is not good. Air cast, never good sign. We don't know. Tehran came back in, guys, but you guys know, so did Gregory Rousseau. And Gregory Rousseau, we don't even know what's happening with him. He could have a fractured foot. He could have a sprained foot, which is another thing. Week to week to week, could be a month thing. We have a lot of injuries now, guys, piling up. Bean has to do something. He has to make some moves. Or I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be a good outcome for this team because now not only are we losing players, we're losing our best players. It's not like these are just, Dane Jackson going down. These are top-notch players. Trey White out for the season. Matt Milano, more than likely, out for the season. Von Miller is rusty. We don't know when we'll get the good Von back, if Von will be the Von we know. Even when he does come back, he didn't look too good today. I'll be honest with you. Never got to the quarterback. Looked a little slow out there, and I know he's probably taking it easy. I'm worried. I am concerned. And Bean has to make some moves, and I don't think it's offensively. I think it's more defensively because we're a defensive team, and if we start losing guys, key guys, and we are just using our practice squad guys, we're in a lot of fucking trouble, Jarek. He has to make a move, man. He has to make a move. What do you think? I don't think he's going to because he doesn't like it.
No,
but man, you have 1 million 6-round picks. You have a shit ton of draft picks. It's okay.
At some point, you got to use compensation.
Really is okay. Yes.
You got to use some compensation to try to get a player. And this is where that inside linebacker. This is where not, you make an argument not picking up, trying to get Jack Campbell is biting us right in the ass.
Oh my God!
Because getting Jack Campbell today, this would have been useful if he was in this game. Instead, you get you wait into the third round to get it inside. And again, it was a terrible inside linebacking class. We understand it, but this is
I know. Sarah Christine coming in. Yeah, Cook was bad today, but why the fuck weren't Murray and Harris pounding the ball to wear down the D line? I said it. I've been saying it every fucking week. Put Murray in early. It fucking helps with James Cook going. It opens up that line. It breaks down the defensive line. It wears them down. Even if it's only a 2, 3, 4 yard carry. That's when James Cook starts to get going. You saw it in week 2. And then they went away from it in week 3. James Cook gets going once the defensive line starts to wear down, get a little tired, get a little beaten up. And once again, we don't use them. Why the fuck did you bring him in if you're not going to use him? He's a power runner. Murray is good. He's not a bad running back. He still has juice in the tank. I don't get it. Run Murray early. Run Harris late. James Cook in the middle. Like, that's where I want. I want Murray and Cook going on early, Harris late. But they won't do it. I don't get it, man. Like, it works, and they go away from it. Dable did the same thing, guys. So as much as I know you shitting on Dorsey right now, but Dable did the exact same things.
Same offensive philosophy. And this is what I'm saying, man.
I'm saying, like, it's almost like he just took his playbook and almost dummied it down a little bit, and no in-game adjustments. Nothing to help Josh Allen. Nothing. When teams are sending the blitz, he has no answers. Same with Dable, just like clueless. When it's, when we should be running the ball, we pass the ball. When we should be passing the ball, we run the ball. Like today, we have 5 minutes left. I think it was like 4 minutes maybe. And we do a fucking shotgun draw. What? Dude, I wanted to punch the fucking screen. Like, I really did, guys. That was the most outrageous. Why? What are you doing? Like, right? A couple things. One, it hasn't worked all fucking game. Two, we're in a fucking time problem. We got time issues here. We need to be passing the ball and scoring quickly. We don't need to be handing the ball off, just killing the time that we desperately need. Like, I don't fucking get it, man. And that is, like, how is McDermott, even though he's not the greatest, he's not an offensive-minded guy or whatever, but how is he not going into Dorsey's office tomorrow, whatever, even today, and going, what was that fucking dumb shit call? Why are we running the ball with 5 minutes to go when we're down fucking 11 points? What are you doing? We need the ball out of Allen's hands. We need a 2-minute drive. We need to score quick. We don't need to be fucking handing a ball off when it hasn't worked all game. I don't get it. Oh, I know. Hey, guys, the bots are coming in, and nothing I can do about it. Just, you guys, do me a favor. You see the bots come in, just hit report and spam them. They'll be gone. I'm doing best I can. Let's see here. Sarah Christine Cook will never be the kind of back that'll power through and tackle and gain 3 yards. This is why I keep
trying to tell people, man. Everyone was on the James Cook bandwagon because he had like 100 yards and 96 yards. He was top 5 in the league in rushing, but not understanding the context of how he's getting these yards. He's getting them in garbage time, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting them in garbage time. Like, he's not really being as effective as what people think he is. Now he got those yards running the inside. We got to give him credit, but he got them when the game was already over. We're up by by 20 points. The game is over. You think they really care that much about them running the football and wearing it again? Maybe.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I mean about having an offensive-minded head coach. Because you think Andy Reid, like, down 11 points when the running game hasn't even been good. If the running game was solid and we were gashing on them, I might go, you know what? Fuck it. I get it. We've been gashing them all. But if it hasn't worked all game, why are you going back to it, especially when we need the time? Like, there's no way an offensive head coach would have been like, yo, yeah, cool, man. Let's go ahead and run that play. Like, there was just no way in hell, guys. I'm sorry. And that's why I'm saying having a defensive head coach sometimes, man, it can really, really hurt if your offensive coordinator doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Clearly,
Ken carries, man.
Clearly Ken Dorsey sometimes just I do not know. And why, but I gotta ask too. I gotta ask the question, why doesn't Allen audible out of that play? Why is Allen cool with it? He has the opportunity to get out of the play. I'll say it again. He has the opportunity to get out of the play. Why is he not going, you know what? Man, I don't know. Like, I don't like this here, guys. Let's not call this. Let's change it up. And he doesn't. It's almost like whatever Dorsey says goes. I very rarely see Allen change a call either at the line. He just I don't get it. Like, I don't know if he's just afraid to go against Dorsey. He didn't do it with Dable either. He very rarely changed the play at the line. And by the way, we get up to the line quick enough. It's not like we don't. Like, that's one thing I'll credit them. They get the call in quick usually. Like, Allen has plenty of time if he needs to change a play, but he doesn't. So I don't.
Maybe they're not giving him too much. Yeah, maybe they're not giving that responsibility. He's probably just not a field general. Like, they're just quarterbacks. They're just OCs. They're just OCs. They don't have to wait for coordinators
Right.
to get them. I mean, you
Yeah.
saw a couple times where Josh Allen's like, dude, what the, like, hurry up the play. Like, come on,
Yeah.
like, do the
Yeah.
play. And if that's like Peyton Manning, he doesn't have to wait for an OC. He can call his own play. If he sees what he likes,
Exactly.
he's gonna audible
But
and he's
Allen's
gonna
in year
call his own play.
6, though. He needs to. I think they need to give a little bit more,
Responsibility.
the responsibilities to Josh Allen. And
CJ
let
Stroud's
him
doing it
understand.
with Houston. CJ
Yeah.
Stroud is calling his own plays.
Right.
He's calling
And
his own plays, ladies and gentlemen.
Why can't exactly my point. Dorsey 100%. I don't think Dorsey's 100% the problem, though he's a problem. And I don't know if he could fix it because we are in now year 2, week 5, going to week 6, and we're still seeing the boneheaded play calling. And sometimes I see really good play calling. I'm not gonna. I'm once again, I won't. I'm not gonna always shit on somebody who has a good, a player who has a good. Last week, I thought Ken Dorsey, very good play calling. I thought week 2, very good play calling. I thought week 3, bad play calling. Week 1, bad play calling. So he's 2 for 3 now. And as far as I go about play calling, he's very inconsistent, and that's concerning, guys. It's very concerning because I was giving him the benefit of the doubt from last season because you can only do so much with your personnel. I feel like we have pretty good personnel where he can start opening up, and he hasn't yet. He has not yet. I don't know. By the way, Osiris Torrance didn't have the greatest game either today. A couple penalties. It was probably the worst game that I saw Osiris Torrance play all season. But it's going to happen. Like I told you guys, you can't kill a player. He's had one bad game. Really, I thought he's played very, very well up to this point. Today wasn't the best performance by him. A couple holding penalties. I think he had back-to-back penalties. I think at one series that really hurts. The Gabe Davis drop really hurt early on in the game as well. Come on, man, Gabe Davis. You got to catch those, bud. But yeah, man. I think, like I said, overall though, I don't think today was Allen's total fault. He didn't play. I don't think he played a great game, but I don't think he played terrible. I thought he played okay. A little jet lagged. You did see that. You know what I noticed, Jarek? He seems like he's a little timid running, taking off. Like he had a play today where he probably could have took off and got the first. Instead, he went to. I think he went for a pass.
To Knox.
Yeah, it was overthrown. Yeah, it was on. It looked like he might have been able to pick it up. Just feel like sometimes, like now, he's a little bit reluctant taking off. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just. This team is confusing at times because I'll come here last week and I'll be like, man, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see. Clicking on all cylinders. Spreading the ball around. Everybody's involved. The run, even though the running game didn't get going last week, we still used it where it opened up a play action. We were under center more, and then we go to this week, and it's week 1 all over again. Like, I don't know, man. It's frustrating, guys. I get your frustration, but I will say this: the season's not over. Right? It's a long, long season. We're all pissed off. By the way, this is my second time watching a Bills-London game. I'm 0 for 2. The Jaguars, the 2015 game. I woke up early for that. That was a shit show as well.
I'm tired as hell right now, man.
Right?
I had to wake up early.
Mad early, 8 a.m. to watch like that shit performance by my team. Second time I had to do this. I don't know, man. But I'm going to say, guys, man, we really need help right now because we have a lot of injuries, and just pray to God that like guys like Teron, who he came back in, isn't more serious with that. Pray to God, Daquan, it's not as serious as it sounds. That maybe he can come back in a short amount of time. Let's hope Von's okay. Like it was just pulling him out for precaution. Let's hope Gregory Rousseau doesn't have a fractured foot. Like there's a lot. We really need to pray right now and hope that these guys aren't going to miss time or miss the season because we're already deflated as it is with Trey and now Matt. And who knows who else we lost today. Yeah, Vaughn. So Dallas, Vaughn went out early in that game. They didn't say it was an injury. He put a hat on. He was on the sideline. But they're not going to necessarily tell you. He could have maybe hurt. Maybe he felt something wasn't right and said, hey, coach, pull me out. Or maybe it was just, hey, here's a snap count. Whatever it was, that's it. You're done for the day. Or, Jarek, maybe they saw all the fucking injuries piling up and they said, we're good. Like, bro, there was a part of that game where me and Mikey were like, yo, just forfeit. Just go home, take the L. We can't afford any more bodies going down. Like, honestly. So I think it might have been that. It just, they were just more precaution. What do you think about that turf field, by the way? You think that turf has something to do with it as well, or you just think it's just bad luck?
I don't know, man.
The Jaguars seemed fine today. They didn't have many injuries.
I don't know, man. You understand why soccer players hate playing on turf and why they refuse to play on it. They want all natural grass. And I understand turf is cheaper. It's way cheaper to play on. Turf sucks. Turf just sucks, man. It is one of the worst things. It's like playing on freaking concrete. It sucks, man. And so
what I don't get though is that field has grass.
Yeah,
they
natural
just
grass.
wheeled it out.
It's a soccer stadium. It's a football stadium.
So why the fuck would you not have the common courtesy to just put the grass back out? Why are we the guys that have to play on the shitty turf? Like I'm just saying, like, it makes no sense. Like, if they had the option, which clearly there was, why would the NFL not use that option? Go, yo, let's just roll that grass out. You rolled it out for the soccer team that just
especially when they literally had a game yesterday with grass.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they had a game in there yesterday with grass.
Right? Why would you swap out the? I don't get it. It's not like the players like, yo, we really prefer turf. Then I say, okay, I get it. That's what they like. That's what they want. What is going on here? Like, why wouldn't you just keep the grass out there? Like, I don't get it, man. So the NFL, man, sometimes, bro, it just drives me nuts. Let's see. I'm sorry today if I'm missing a lot of your chats. Hooked Up Joe, Dolphin fan, good guy though. Because the NFL doesn't give a damn, they could demand it. And today's injuries is another example. The NFLPA is falling down on their jobs. They should demand it next season. They should, and the players should. I think the players really need to make that something to be known that they do not want to play on turf. Like, get it over with, or we're not playing. Like, honestly, if they all stepped up and said, yo, we're just not going to play. If they did some kind of, not strike, but said, yo, this has to stop. Like, this isn't priority number one. You guys want us on the field. You want us healthy. We feel like it's affecting our bodies. They all say it. They all say after playing on turf, they feel like shit. Like, okay. So if they feel like shit, they're telling you right there, there's a big difference on how their body feels. Get rid of the damn turf. It's really simple, but the owners rule the NFL. That's the truth. And the turf is cheap. Turf is cheap. They can hold their stupid events in the stadiums, their concerts and all that. That's why they don't change it out to grass. But I think eventually, Jarek, they're going to have to. They're going to have to.
Yeah.
It's just too many. And bro, these injuries, two guys are key guys. A lot of these guys are big names, bro. Right? You don't want big name players getting out for the rest of the season. Now, once again, some of these injuries it's not because of turf. It's just bad luck. But I feel like either way, though, if players are complaining about how their body feels after a game, just change it to fucking grass. It's real simple. But yeah, man. Because if they played on grass, most players, you're funny. We're trying to slow you, Steve. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm going to get to some of your questions. I grew up in Buffalo, born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Live in Atlanta now. So I have seen the Bills live since 1979. Wow. See, I've been a fan since 89. So my frustrations with the Buffalo Bills goes over 48 years. Darnell, I've been a fan since 89. So I feel your pain. we just, man, it's been such a roller coaster at being a Buffalo Bills fan. How long you been watching, Jared?
Probably since I was like 3, or probably since how long as I remember, honestly. But
So what, we're
yeah,
talking
since I
about
was like
90s?
3. 2000, like maybe 2001. It's somewhere that, like I said, I was born in the drought.
Worst part.
Yeah, I was literally born in the drought, and I didn't see us. And of course, I didn't literally, 19 years of age. That's when we finally made the playoffs.
Oh my God, dude! At least I got to see some Super Bowls, even though we lost them.
No, I never seen that one. Not one. I was born in the drought.
Now that was heartbreak. Don't get me wrong, but at least we got there, and at least I was so happy. Like those moments were unbelievable, Jarek. But then the 2000s came when you started watching, and oh my God, was it bad football. So I understand why a lot of these fans are afraid to change McDermott and staff. I get it. But guys, go around to any sport. Sometimes there's certain coaches, and I say it over and over, that are very good, but they just can't get their team to the promised land. It happened in basketball. It happens in baseball. There's coaches that are just regular season coaches. Very good. Look at Flip Saunders, right? Rest in peace, Flip. Very good regular season basketball coach, right? Everybody knew him, but he just failed in the playoffs. He just could not get it done.
Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, Mike D'Antoni. The guy that coached the Golden State Warriors, they had a change to win a championship. Marvin Lewis. I mean, there's a lot, guys. And I understand you're going to go with the Andy Reid, right? And Andy Reid. But look, let's be real. Andy Reid left. They won a Super Bowl. Now, Andy Reid wound up winning a Super Bowl with KC, but maybe it was just a different change. It changed the scenery. He also got a great quarterback. It worked out in his favor, but he was there a long time. Sometimes change is not a bad thing, guys. You can't always be afraid of change. It's not going to always be, we're going to go hire fucking Greg Williams. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have faith in Bean would hire a good head coach if he's going to get
Remember what the Bucs did with Tony Dungy? Successful head coach, and they fired him for John Gruden.
Right.
Worked out in their favor.
Super chat coming in. Tim Hicks, I appreciate it. Hey, man, just want to say hi. I don't like the fact that our staff has been trying to change Josh Allen. Let him run and feel comfortable making his own decisions. It's what makes him dynamic. I agree in a sense, but I also agree that, telling him to be smarter in his decision-making isn't a bad thing. Because if you notice, we can't let Josh be the 2020 Josh or the 2021 Josh, because the problem is that it's going to take a toll on his body. What they're trying to do now is just, limit him so his career is longer. You don't want him turning into Cam Newton. Like, it's great. Like, I love it. It's fun watching Josh run and all those design things they did for him. But you gotta be smart when it comes to a quarterback like that. But I think that they do need to give Josh, let Josh, call his own plays at times. Like start taking a little bit more responsibility, and not just relying always on Ken Dorsey. Like, change the play up if you don't like it. Like we talked about this earlier. Jarek understands that. Like, the top quarterbacks, in the NFL throughout history have done that. Tom Brady, right? Peyton Manning. That's how it works, man. You see the blitz, change it up. You don't like it, you change to a different play. And Josh hasn't done that yet. But we'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to get some of your questions and we're going to bounce. We've been on here a little over an hour, man. It's been a long morning and Jarek's tired, and it is what it is, man. So let me see if I missed anything else. By the way, there's some fans that are, I know this guy says 2001, so little years. Jorge, there's fans that are 2020. So trust me, he's not 2001. I respect that. Zach Moss, 4 rushes, 67 yards. Yeah, man, Zach Moss finally found a home. Works out. It's working out so far for him. Good for him. I never hated him. I just didn't feel like he worked out for the system. Let's see here, Sarah. So we really think McDermott has nothing to do with that. He's a control freak. Of course he does. Yeah, I don't know. Once again, it's week 5. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, guys. But today was it was a disappointing loss overall. I think it was a total team failure, and we lost players. I think that's the worst thing today for me, Jared. Is the players we lost today? It's not even so much the loss, guys. It's not even the shitty play calling by Ken Dorsey today, or the defense not making stands when they needed to, or the penalties. To me, the biggest takeaway was the injuries and key injuries. What was your biggest takeaway, Jared, before we bounce?
Injuries. No, just injuries and terrible play calling. We regressed in play calling. We thought we were going to get better. We thought we improved. We thought that for the most part we could see a much more balanced look as far as running the football, because you can make an argument that's been our Achilles heel on the offensive side of the ball, is not finding a way for us to be effective in the run game. And then we get into the playoffs, then Josh Allen is trying to create all these plays, and he's making turnovers, and a big reason why he's doing that because he has to do everything. He's the running game and he's the passing game. That's what he was today, ladies and gentlemen. He was the passing game and he was the most effective runner of the day. We only gave our running backs 10 carries. 10 carries. 10 total carries tonight.
Not enough, right? Once again, not enough.
Not enough.
That's
what last week was?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week our running backs 20 carries. The week prior 20 carries. Week prior to that 20 carries. The Jets less than 12 carries. So we're starting to see a rhythm where we're going against better defenses. We're taking the ball out of our running backs' hands and putting that more on our quarterback to go out there and make plays. And I'm telling you, that's when dumb Josh Allen comes into play. That's when Kryptonite Allen starts to come into play, when he's trying to make too many plays because he's trying to save the day, because he's trying to make up for his offense's lack of ability to be effective and efficient. And when Josh Allen does that, that's when the turnovers start to happen, right? Now, he did throw a pick today, and I think Josh Allen, you got that ball's got to go further.
I think
it's got to get further.
Yeah. I don't like that, what they're doing there when they do it. It's always on a 3rd and long, Jarek. It's like, oh, you know what? We'll just throw it deep. And if it's picked off, it's like a punt. But I will say that was a 50-50 ball. I felt like he just got out-muscled. He had his hands on it.
Diggs had 15 yards of cushion. Diggs had to slow down and come all the way back
Diggs
to the ball.
Diggs had to slow down on the one pass. That was a great pass.
Both. He underthrew it
by the
twice.
way, did nothing, no points in that drive.
Yeah.
That deep pass to Diggs, if he would have hit him in stride, that's a touchdown, in my opinion. But because Diggs had to wait for the ball, it was underthrown. The defense got to it. And by the way, the drive did nothing, got us no points. So all that for nothing.
If you would have got a field goal on that, you would have, you wouldn't have to take that much big of a risk.
Danny's saying he blames the coaches and staff for bad travel preparations, recruiting, and resulting in terrible mind and body game injuries on a new technical surface trap game. Yeah, Danny, and I think the coaches trusting the science team really backfired today. It really backfired on them. McDermott, do you trust the science team now? Like
investing thousands of dollars in the science team. Yeah.
And we're going to get there. We're going to do this because the science team told us to do this. How'd that work for you? Not too good. Real quick on the stats, and we're going to bounce. So the stats today for Josh Allen. See, I didn't think Josh played terrible. 27 of 40. So he was efficient. 359, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And the 1 interception, I don't even think it was a bad throw. I think it was, to me, it was fine. Like, it was a 50-50 ball.
I mean, he took the ball away from Diggs. I mean, it's a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, it's a 50,
like one of those freak plays that happened.
And it was at the 5 where it was. You know what I mean? I don't think it was, terrible. But rushing, here's where it is. 4 for Allen, 14 yards. So we're not even going to count Allen's. Damian Harris, 3 carries, 13 yards. Latavius Murray, 2 carries, 6 yards. James Cook, 5, -4. Terrible, and terrible. I don't know what to tell you guys. Awful. Stephon Diggs, another very good game. 8 receptions, 121, 1 touchdown, 48. Long, targeted 11 times. Play very good. Gabe Davis, except for the 1 drop pass, I think it was 1 drop pass, I thought he played good. 6 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. I thought Gabe played okay today. I thought he played pretty good. Hardy, finally, he had that deep ball. Other than that, really, two receptions, 62 yards. James Cook, 3 receptions, 25 yards. Dalton Kincaid, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Dawson Knox, the guy we're paying fucking top tight end.
$50 million.
3 receptions, 17 yards, guys. Khalil Shakir, 1 reception, 11 yards. By the way, that was, I feel like, on Allen on the 2-point conversion. Terrible thrown ball. You need to get that ball out of there quicker to Shakir. And I think he gets out there quicker. That's a touchdown. On defense, I thought our best player today was Epinesa. He had 2 sacks. I think he had the forced fumble as well. So, I mean, how many sacks do we have in total? We have 5 sacks total. So, I mean, we're getting to him a little bit.
And that's with backups.
Ed Oliver had a sack. I thought Ed played okay today. The sack was good, but he was kind of quiet today. Von Miller did nothing. He had 1 tackle. Yeah, I mean, and then the corners, nothing. I mean, Hardy looked bad on the terrible decision on the punt return today. Bass didn't get any opportunities. Even Sam Martin, the 1 punt early on was terrible. Our special teams did not play good either, by the way. Bad on the special teams. So yeah, just a shit performance, I think, overall by everybody. For the most part, there was a couple standouts, but hey, guys, it's a new week. Next week we go against the
Giants. Who are getting killed right now.
Which I said they would. Yeah, which I said they would.
They're just a terrible team that we should win against.
Team. If we lose it, like that's a game. That's a bounce back game. We need to play the Giants. That's a good team we need to face to get back on track. Hopefully we do. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, down the stretch, we got some tough teams. If we do not figure shit out and do not make some moves, Brandon Beane, if Brandon Beane does not make moves, guys, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how this season's going to play out because of the injuries now. So I think Beanie has to make moves, Jared. That's where I'm calling it right now, man. If he doesn't, I don't know how this team. I don't know. I'm nervous, man. I will be honest with you guys. I am very nervous going forward because we are going against coming up Philly, the Chiefs, Dallas. We got some rough opponents coming up, man. Down the stretch. The Dolphins again in week 18, which could come down to first place in the East. If we don't fix defense, if we don't get guys in here that are capable, we may not make the playoffs. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be dead honest. If we don't fix like these problems, which is injuries, we have to address them. We have to go out and get some players.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, Dotson's not going to be able to fill in. And Dorian Williams, I don't know if he's ready yet. And then Jair, I don't know.
Yeah, but if we can get Greg Rousseau, and again, we just have to hope and pray he doesn't have a fractured foot. But if we can get Greg Rousseau back with AJ Epinesa, with Leonard Floyd, and like I said, I'm not rushing to get Vaughn in there. I'll be honest, I don't think we should never played him in the first place.
Limit him. Nope.
Limit him. See what he works with. If he doesn't feel right, take him out and see what he works with. Honestly, I'll give him 2 more weeks just to be extra safe. We're going against the Giants and then the Patriots the next week. I'm not that worried about them, but I am confident in this pass rush. We were getting pressure even with our backup linebackers. We were still able to get pressure. So I think that McDermott as a defensive play caller is solid. I mean, we again for the Jaguars scored no points in the third quarter. We only limited them to 11 points. We kept giving our offense opportunities. We kept forcing turnovers and giving our offense opportunities to score. The only thing I'm honestly concerned with, because I think again, there's going to be games we're going to have in rough patches. It is what it is about that. I don't think that holding teams under 20 points. I think that's over with. However, do I think this defense can create opportunities for offense to take full advantage of it? I think absolutely, and it's up to them to do that. My main concern is Dorsey. He is my main concern as far as play calling wise. Right, that's my main concern because if we want to get to where we want to get to, for the last 3 to 4 years, what has stopped us from making the playoffs is the inability to run the football. That's what stopped us from becoming the team that we want to be. It's the inability to run the football when it is needed the most. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a team that's going to stop Allen. There's going to be a team similar to the Jets where Plan A is gone. What's plan B like now if plan A is gone? Can you try to get back to plan A by opening up the run game, and then all of a sudden the defense has to respect the run game, and now you can try to use play action, and you can then you can try to incorporate Josh Allen. Or if the passing game gets stuffed and you decide not to go towards the run game, this is what we've been doing the last 3 years, you keep poking the bear with Josh Allen. You keep poking it. You know you shouldn't be doing it. You know that Josh Allen's going to get swiped up to death, and you keep doing it even though he's not having a good night. That's what has cost us games from 2021, from 2022, and now in that 2023 game against the Jets, when we kept throwing it, even though Josh Allen kept turning over the ball to the exact same player over and over again. So we'll see. But that's my main concern is the offense.
Spin saying, I don't know how to judge our run game because we keep running it out of shotgun.
Exactly.
In all capital letters. And
Stupidity.
I agree. It drives me in fucking insane. Spin. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It's a negative play every fucking time. Like, I don't see how McDermott or Ken Dorsey doesn't understand that play is a waste of a down. It's a waste of a play. Stop doing it, man. It's okay once in a blue fucking moon, but stop it already. Like, I don't work. Like, I'm telling you, it's like they're just like, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It has to work. It's gonna work. It has to work. No. But I agree, man. Listen, and somebody set up here trade for a receiver. No, because we can't.
No,
we can't. Listen, Dorsey doesn't know how to use the weapons he has now, and I'm telling you, guys, we have weapons on this team. For as much as you guys think, Gabe Davis dropped some balls here. Gabe Davis is still a good receiver. Stephon Diggs, one of the best. Trent Sherfield is not a bad receiver. Just doesn't. His number's not called. He's not getting any plays drawn for him. Hardy is a speedster. Look what he did with New Orleans, guys. When healthy, Hardy could take it to. Hardy's good. We don't use him the right way. Dalton Kincaid is a freaking weapon. We don't use him the right way. Dawson Knox, we pay big money total. And now Dawson Knox, it may just be Dawson Knox. I'm going to be real with you guys. I love the guy, great guy, good dude. He just may not. I think they jumped the gun. I'm going to be real with you guys. I think they jumped the gun because he had a good season the year before. And I think obviously what happened to his brother and all that, I think they were trying to do the right thing last year. They gave him the extension, and I think it's totally backfired. It's totally backfired on the Buffalo Bills. And I wanted to give him the benefit of doubt last year because he was more blocking, but he still looks bad. He does not look like a top tight end.
You paid him top 10 money, and he's not even playing like a top 20 tight end right now in the National Football League.
He's nowhere to be found. Nowhere. And he drops passes too. Still dropping passes, touchdown passes. A few weeks ago, he dropped one in the end zone against the Commanders. I don't know. I think Bean is also responsible, guys. I think he's made some poor decisions. One, not signing guys or not making trades that were there that he had his hands on, and he was just too picky. He wanted to save his pick.
Draft picks.
Why the fuck would you? There was guys last year, this past draft, that were there, sitting there, and he traded down multiple times, like grabbing as many 6th-round picks as he could. Why? What is going on? It's very frustrating. I like the draft. I like Kincaid, and I love Osiris, and Dorian we'll see. But what's the point of grabbing all these picks if you're not going to use them correctly, or you're going to just, hold them? You're not going to use them in a trade bait. You're not going to, you got Chase Claypool, which, by the way, I don't think he moves the needle for the Dolphins, but they got him in a steal. What are they getting? 6th-round pick, a 7th-round pick, 6 rounds, something like that?
He's better than a 6th-round pick for his value.
Like, we can't, like, Bean's just like, we're good, man. We're good. I love my 6th-round. Like, I don't get it. That's the part that drives me insane, guys. And I'm sorry I'm dropping F-bombs. So it's just when I'm upset, man, about something, man, it is what it is. And I hate giving excuses, man. So we're just keeping
no, because you know that this shit's not gonna last forever. Like, that this window this is not the Patriots. It's not gonna last 20 years. Eventually, it's gonna fall. Like eventually, it's going to fall apart. That's how the National Football League works.
Yeah.
Somebody else is gonna rise up to the occasion because of the salary cap.
And I hate seeing this team that has talent. Like you guys, some of you guys might not see it, but I'm telling you, this offense has playmakers, and we do not use them correctly. And that is on the OC. And you also got to go back to McDermott, who just doesn't see it. He doesn't understand that Dorsey's not calling the right game because he's a defensive-minded head coach. That's the problem. That's the problem with having a defensive head coach. And that's what I'm concerned about honestly, guys, if we had a really good OC in here, I'd be okay with McDermott as a defensive coach. You can figure it out, let your the coordinator who you trust, who's a good coordinator. But right now, man, like I said, I've backed Ken Dorsey I've backed him as much as I can, man. And I am starting to back out of that. And I am starting to say that this is just who he is, man. And I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer, man, because I don't see a change. I think Dorsey's going to continue doing what he's doing. Some games will look great. Some games will be what you saw today. And it's rough, man. It really is, man, because we're wasting Josh Allen's career away, his prime. We're wasting Stephon Diggs. By the way, I don't know if you caught it, Jarek. Stephon Diggs pissed off on the sideline.
Yep.
Through the
because they missed him. Missed him on Josh Allen missed the read.
He threw the what do they call that? The tablet. So he got fined last week. I'm sure he's gonna get fined again because they had him right on camera. He was upset. That's never good, right? Your star playmaker upset on the sideline, clearly, of the offense. Something he saw he didn't like. Allen didn't see him, or bad play call. Who knows? Man, I don't know, man. They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out fast. And like I said, guys, we have Dorsey for the rest of the year. There's no magical OC waiting in the wings. I hate to tell you that. There's not. Can't trade Dorsey for the best OC. Right? I do it in a heartbeat. You want it? Here we go. We're going to give you Dorsey. Give us your best OC, and we'll give you our 6th-round picks. Not going to happen. So, anyways, guys, we've been on here a while. We're out of here. Bills Mafia. Tomorrow, me and Mikey come on at 9:30, and we'll have more, obviously, on this game. And man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you all had to wake up to that shitty performance by the Buffalo Bills today. And it is what it is. But anyways, guys, we love you, Bills Mafia. Jarek, anyways, any last comments? Anything going on your channel that you want to tell them about?
No, I was just, for the most part, I'm about to take a quick nap, and then I'm about to do my Bills post game there, man. That's all I'm about to do.
Listen, get ready for Jarek's video. So go to Jant Sports. What is it, Jant Sports 716? Or is it just
Jant Sports?
So, okay. So go to Jant Sports. Just look out, be on the lookout. Subscribe to his channel because he does when he's mad. Y'all think I was mad today throwing some F-bomb. Like, this dude brings the total truth out, and he's gonna tell you how he feels, whether you like it or you don't like it, but he's gonna give it to you. So look for that video later today. He'll have that video up. But anyways, Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.